When you think about revenge, you probably picture these epic movie plots, right? Grand schemes, big showdowns. But what if the real story, the most interesting part, is actually happening inside your own head? Today, we're going to look under the hood of that biological impulse. We're going to use science to figure out why getting a little payback can feel so good. You know the feeling, right? Maybe a friend completely betrays you, or some dude in a game cheats to get a win. That fire that just lights up inside you, that feeling of, oh, they are gonna get what's coming to them. That's not just you being dramatic. That is a powerful, totally universal human feeling.
And yeah, we've got the perfect phrase for it, don't we? When justice is finally served, it just feels sweet.
So here's the big question. Is that sweetness just a figure of speech? Or is your brain literally giving you a reward for getting even? Well, scientists were dying to know, so they cooked up this amazing experiment to find out for sure. Okay, let's get into it. First up, the sweet sting of justice. We're about to see what happens when someone breaks the rules and we get the chance to be the one to lay down the law. To really get to the bottom of this, the researchers knew they couldn't just, ask people how they feel. They had to create a situation with real stakes, real money on the line, a test designed specifically to push people's buttons and see what they do. And they called this test the betrayal game. The rules sound pretty simple, but what they reveal about us is, well, it's pretty deep. Let's break down how it all worked.
So imagine you're player A. You start with $10. You can play it safe and just keep it, or you can trust player B with your money. If you do, your $10 gets quadrupled to 40, and it's all handed to player B, who now has 50 total. Now, B can be cool and split it 25-25, or they can betray you, keep all 50, and leave you with absolutely nothing. Talk about a test of trust. And this is where it gets really interesting. Let's say player B does betray you, takes all the cash. You're not just left there empty-handed. The game suddenly flips the script and gives you the power to punish them. Now, the punishment came in two flavors. First, there was effective punishment. This is where you could spend some of your own money to actually hurt their bottom line, to reduce their winnings. Then you had symbolic punishment, which was basically just telling them off. It was all bark, no bite. It didn't cost them a dime. And this difference right here, it's the key to the whole thing. So with this whole game set up, the scientists slid player A into a brain scanner to watch what was happening upstairs during that moment of decision. This, my friends, is where we get to see your brain on revenge. And boom, here it is, the big reveal. When people chose to punish the player who betrayed them, this one specific part of the brain lit up like a Christmas tree. It's the brain's reward center, the same part that gets all excited for delicious food or winning a game. It turns out revenge is sweet isn't just a saying. Your brain literally treats it like a reward. The technical name for this spot is the dorsal striatum, but honestly, just think of it as your brain's satisfaction circuit. It doesn't just light up for pleasure, it fires up when you take an action that achieves a goal. It's the feeling you get when you finally beat that impossible boss in a video game. And in this case, the goal was serving up a hot plate of justice. And check this out, here's the proof that this is all about intention. When the betrayal was on purpose, look how high the punishment level is. But then, look at that tiny little bar on the right. That's when the scientist told player A that the betrayal was just an accident, a computer glitch. The desire to punish basically vanishes. It was never about the money, it was about the fact that somebody chose to do you wrong. But okay, this brings up a really important question. That feeling of satisfaction is great and all, but what's it worth? How much are we really willing to pay for payback? That's what we're digging into next. Because that's the real world, isn't it? Getting even usually has a price tag. It might cost you time, money, even your own peace of mind. So is that sweet satisfaction of punishment still worth it when you're the one footing the bill? And this is where it gets really wild. When punishment started costing real money, a totally different part of the brain jumped into action, the prefrontal cortex. You can think of this part as your brain's CEO. It's the logical part that weighs the pros and cons and stops you from doing something reckless. So what you have is this incredible negotiation happening right inside your skull. Your reward center, the dorsal striatum, is yelling, "Do it, punish him, it'll feel awesome." But then your prefrontal cortex, the CEO, steps in and goes, "Hold on, is it worth $1? Is it worth 2? Your brain is literally running a cost-benefit analysis on revenge in real time. It's amazing. So what's the point of all this? I mean, why are we built with this powerful and sometimes costly instinct for payback? Well, it all boils down to one massive idea. We are fundamentally hardwired for fairness.
See, this urge isn't some primitive impulse. It's actually a super sophisticated social tool. It's the glue that holds our societies together. This drive to punish rule breakers, even at a cost to ourselves, has a name: altruistic punishment. It's what allows huge groups of people to cooperate. It sends a clear message to everyone: if you cheat the system, there will be consequences.
And so, we come all the way back to where we started. That simple little phrase? It's not just some old saying. It's a fundamental biological truth.
So if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this: that urge for payback, that need for justice, it's not a character flaw. It's a feature. It's a piece of our neural software that was coded over thousands of years to help us build a fair and cooperative world. So that leaves us with one last thought. The next time someone really wrongs you and you feel that fire start to burn, you'll know exactly what's happening inside your own brain. You'll recognize that ancient hardwired impulse for what it is. And now you have a choice. Do you let that impulse take over, or do you let your brain's CEO take the wheel? Knowing the science behind the feeling, well, that's your new superpower. The choice is yours.